Happy Election Day. It is Election Day, and voters are heading to the polls today for big elections in Virginia, California, New Jersey, and right here in New York City that will test the political climate in America right now. Here's how New York mayoral candidates Zohran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo reacted to you-know-who saying he'd rather have Cuomo win. Take a look.
It's written out for the entire world to see. This is the man that Donald Trump wants to be the next mayor of New York City. And not because he'll be good for New Yorkers, but because he'll be good for Donald Trump. And New Yorkers are exhausted of this agenda in Washington. They don't want to see a mimic of it come here to City Hall.
President Trump doesn't support me. He opposes Mamdani, right? He believes that Mamdani is an existential threat to New York. He believes he's a communist. He believes he'll bankrupt New York. So he opposes Mamdani. He doesn't support me.
Yeah, well, how much are today's elections going to let us know what's going on really in our world, in the midterms, everything? What's your opinion?
So I think it's a mixed bag. I don't know how much you can draw. So I'm going to start with the New York City mayoral race because this kind of has national implications. I actually think that Donald Trump is trolling by endorsing Cuomo. I think he is dying to run in the midterms, have Republicans running, and try to paint Mamdani as the face of Democrats. There's going to be vulnerable Democrats who are in swing districts who need to win as centrists, and he's going to be cutting ads saying, oh, no, no, no. There are many AOCs, Mamdanis, and Bernie Sanders. They're all Democratic socialists, despite what they say. So I think he actually does want Mamdani to win, despite what he's saying. Elon Musk also endorsed him, as did Stephen Miller. But there's kind of this takeaway. The rise of Zohran is being interpreted as Democrats need to go full-blown socialist. And I don't take that takeaway because the other two marquee races that we're watching are New Jersey and Virginia. I think Virginia, the Democrat, Abigail Spanberger is very, very likely to win there. She's running. Yeah. She's running as a consummate centrist. I think Mikey Sherrill's got a good chance in New Jersey. Again, both purple states in their running as centrists. The way you win national elections and statewide elections in this country is running somewhat to the middle, where you can pull some independents and some moderates. New York City is as blue as can be, so we shouldn't be taking massive lessons from who New York City loves, the city elects. We should be looking to people who are able to bring over people who may not agree with them. So I think it's going to be a mixed bag, but the midterms are still far away. But I'm telling you, Trump is secretly rooting for Mamdani.
Yeah. I'm actually very interested in the gerrymandering that's going around this country. Texas really stole 5 seats, let's be honest, by redistricting. And on the ballot in California is Prop 50. So Gavin Newsom, that's his answer to the 50. And he did it in a different way because the Texas Republicans just did it on their own. This is democracy. He put it on the ballot. Yeah. So if the people vote for it, that's 5 extra seats for Democrats. And so that sort of cancels out what happens in Texas. And I think that is something that the Democratic Party needs to look at because the Republican Party is not going to stop. They have gerrymandered other states. And I think states like Maryland, I think states like New York, they need to meet the energy of the Republican Party. They need to be the opposition party at this point. And so I am actually very interested in how Prop 50, if it gets passed, if that is the roadmap to what the Democrats need to do across the country.
I smell a little desperation coming out of the Republican Party right now.
Oh.
Maybe I'm being optimistic. But I feel like, Trump's his popularity disappeared faster than the East Wing, He has, his numbers are dropping. He is, almost 70% of Americans say that the country is seriously on the wrong track. Why do you think he was on 60 Minutes this week?
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't go on to be grilled by an actual reporter and answer questions, even though I now find out that he had a hand in which questions would be asked and what they would put out on the air. Excuse me. I don't think he would have shown up at 60 Minutes if he was in better shape. So we have hope that he will be out soon.
Yeah. Well, the election is in 2028.
Well,
just a reminder.
Listen, I think that he should be in jail, frankly. And personally, if they would be doing their job, they would be indicting him or at least impeaching him. He's been crossing boundaries all over the place.
Yeah.
this guy. So maybe he won't last till the next
So what I
election.
find interesting is what Alyssa was mentioning about Mamdani versus the centrist governor or candidates in Virginia and New Jersey, because it's almost like two different versions of what the Democratic Party can be. And I would advise that political pundits don't go straight into reverse producing elections, because this kind of showcases that when you put a candidate in there that's a great candidate. Abby Spanberger, to me, is going to be a future leader of the party. I think she's amazing. It's the woman in Virginia. Mikey Sherrill's amazing. Mamdani ran like Trump did. I know that sounds funny to compare them, but he heard what the people had to say, and he ran his whole campaign on affordability. And he has a charisma. We had him here.
He sure does.
I think
He's
when
always smiling.
well, political parties get in there, and one of the things I hate about partisan politics is they rely solely on polls and identitarian, like everyone who's black is doing this, everyone who's Hispanic, everyone who's doing, and then they try to go backwards and create a good candidate. What I would advise is watching these two races, the New York City, Virginia, and New Jersey. It's showing how important a great candidate is.
Yeah.
Someone who not only listens to the voters, because all of them are running on affordability, all of them. Even the Republicans are running on it. Everyone's running on affordability. Listen to the voters and put forth an amazing candidate and let the votes come as a result.
Like who? Tell us who.
Well, like Abby Spanberger is an amazing
I know,
candidate.
but-
What I'm saying is on the heels of this election, everyone's going to go in and analyze.
Yeah.
Do we need to go completely progressive? Mamdani might win.
Yeah.
Do we need? No, we don't. There's two Democratic contenders that are centrists.
And the
that are gonna
country's
maybe
not a
take-
monolith, too.
Yes.
Virginia is so different from New York City. New York City is so
But what
different
they all
from
have in common is they're
Jersey.
all charismatic
Yeah.
leaders, and they're breaking with their own parties in different ways. They're traditional takes.
Well, look, I don't have to like the candidate. I need to know that the candidate can do the job.
Right.
That's what that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't know how else to put it. Do the job. I just want somebody who can do the job.
Manage the city,
manage
manage the country,
the city, manage the country, manage your town.
Yeah.
I want people who care about the people who live there and want to make it better for the people and not the party.
Yeah.
Make it better that's what I want.
The people that they represent.
For the people that they represent and even the people they don't represent in case they decide they want to go on a bigger platform.
Right.
It is really, you have to pay attention to what the people are saying. Because the people are the only ones. No one can, I know he thinks he can just write a thing and then he can stay forever.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to do that. You have to vote folks in. You have to vote folks in and you have to vote folks out. It is not up to them. It is up